Hey guys, welcome back to another KSP-N-STUFF video. In this video, I'm going to be building a replica of the Mars Curiosity rover, and I'm going to be sending it to Duna, which is the Mars analog in Kerbal space program. So here you can see me just building the rover, just putting some science experiments on. They're not really necessary, but it's just for aesthetic purposes. So, yeah. As you can see, I kind of added some realistic stuff. On the screen is a picture of the actual Curiosity rover. Now you can see me sticking on like a communitron, which is just like this antenna in Kerbal Space Program, and a thermoelectric generator. It's going to use heat and it's going to turn it into electricity. Also, as you might see right now, I'm just stuck on a battery, and now I'm just going to go test it on the runway. So as you can see, it just goes fine. And now I can just go back, and then I'm in the vehicle assembly building. Now I'm going to use the thing which actually lands the rover. This is the main reason why I'm doing this video. It's because I really wanted to like recreate this little thing, I guess, where it just like it has those 4 liquid powered rocket engines, and that'll be what lands me on Mars. So there I forgot to add reaction wheels, so I'll just stick them on there. And I just put on solar panels, which later I'm going to end up taking off. And there, I was checking to make sure that it works. And also, I'm going to need to crash it afterwards, the thing which lands it, because I can detach it from the rover itself. So that way it's not just weighed down by this giant lander thing. So that way I just crashed into the surface of Duna. It doesn't really matter. It's not like it's like that valuable or anything. But, yeah, so there we go. I'm just adding a stack decoupler. The only reason why I'm doing that is because it's just like the only piece in the game which is just like a hollow circular structural piece, which is in the shape which I wanted it. Here I'm just like building the fairing just to get it right, I guess. And then so like there we go, just sticking it on there. So now I'm just sticking on a drogue chute and 4 solar panels, which I'm leaving on there because you never know. Because I'm not too sure of how those thermoelectric generators work. But you know, there, I'll just stick a decoupler there. 3 of those 3.75 diameter fuel tanks. And then one of those engines down there. Same at the bottom there, but some bigger fuel tanks. Also had 6 solid rocket boosters, which I'll put there. And now you can see that we have lifted off, and we are leaving the Kerbal Space Center. Just checking everything to make sure it's good. Now, as you can see, I'm just turning this way onto a good gravity turn. You just witnessed flame out of the 6 SRBs, and as I am still trying to get further into the atmosphere. Just trying to realign myself now there. Also, I just want to point out that the rocket itself which is taking it to Duna, which is, again, it's the Mars analog in Kerbal Space Program. It's gonna, it has pretty much no resemblance to the Atlas V, which was the one it was carried in real life. And there we go. We've just had successful stage separation of that lower stage, and now we're just raising our apogee or apoapsis, whatever you want to call it, which is just the highest point which we're going to reach. And now I'll just create a maneuver node to get into a good orbit before I can start heading to Duna. So there we go. I'll just set Duna as my target, create a maneuver node, and I'll just I'll basically just like burn out to get to Duna. And there you can see I have an encounter. Line up with my maneuver marker and just burn from there. So I burned a bit too much on that one. So now I'll just burn a bit of retrograde, which is in the opposite direction of where you're going. And now I'm just doing some basic course corrections to get me on a better path to Duna. So there we go. I got pretty close that time. So at this point I'm basically just gonna bring my thrust limiter pretty low so that way my burns are more precise. So now I'm just time warping to get to Duna. That way I could just burn to get in an orbit, and then I could just like basically like burn retrograde to get into a good circular orbit. There we go. There's a mostly circular orbit. It's not too circular, but you know, it's kind of circular. So there we go. Just lining up to make it so I can land on the lighter side of Duna. One, because I want to create a better video, and second, it's kind of annoying landing in the dark because, not gonna lie, it looks better in the light, which is kind of how everything works if you don't hate looking at it, but you know, yeah. So here you can see me just coming into Duna. Sorry how it's just a bit dark in this part. It's just that it was part of my approach coming into Duna. And yeah, there we go. Hey guys, sorry about that. But I guess there's just a bit of an issue with my editor. I guess I'll just like continue from here, you know. So as you can see, I'm just approaching towards Duna a bit more. And there I'm just doing a time warp right there. So there I just set that to make it so my altitude is above the ground, not above sea level. I don't really know what that would be on Duna, but you know. So there we go. My drogue chute has been deployed just to start slowing me down. And in a sec, I'll just jettison the heat shield. There we go. And now I can just separate. Now I can just release my my lander. I mean, not my lander, my rover. And I can just start to descend towards Duna. So yeah, there we go. Just coming down for a smooth touchdown on the surface of Duna. gonna do some quick burns just to make myself come down as slow as possible. So yeah. And there we go. Just a smooth touchdown right there. And I should tell you guys, this part made me very nervous because it just kept rolling and rolling. But don't worry, it was fine. I just had to like wait it out, I guess. Cause like I did not know what to do because it wouldn't let me quick save while I was going around on the surface. So I just had to create a little time warp. So yeah. So basically, I just had to like wait it out until it just rolled off until it to the edge of that hill thing. So yeah, here I am just at the edge, and then I can decouple that, and then I can just release the thing. And yes, there it has crashed into the surface. The thing which landed it, which is the same exact thing which they did with the real Mars rover, the Curiosity rover. So yeah, and here you can see our rover, and I can just extend the antenna. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you have any specific requests for something you'd like me to do. And thanks for watching.